Because you clicked on this video, I already know that you're probably sick of the scammy growth hack videos that you see all over YouTube about growing on Instagram. You know, the ones that tell you to follow and then unfollow, or use like bots, or troll through scammy hashtags like for like. Well, don't worry, because I am not about that flaming pile of trash of Instagram advice. I am gonna share strategies with you that take work. Yeah, it actually takes work to grow on Instagram, but that will work for you. So make sure you keep on watching, because today I'm gonna share 3 strategies that are gonna help you to keep growing on Instagram if you have under 10,000 followers. I know they're gonna be helpful for you, so keep on watching. P.S. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that later on. So today I really wanted to focus on some ideas that you might not have used already. So these are just 3 fun and unique ideas that have the side benefit of helping you grow on Instagram. First idea I want to throw at you today is co-hosting Instagram lives with accounts in your niche that have a similar or slightly larger following than you. I think a lot of people have this misconception around collabs online, especially if you're a small account, that you need to go out there and find somebody that has this huge amount of followers to interview or to collab with in order for it to be effective for your growth. But actually, in reality, you can have really effective collaborations that help grow your account and your co-host account, even if you are doing something with somebody who has the same number of followers than you or less. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually really straightforward why this works. The person that you're collabing with, even if they have 1,000 followers and you have 2,000 followers, their 1,000 followers are most likely different people than the people that are already following you. So essentially, you stand to gain at maximum 1,000 new followers, right? So even if they have a smaller audience than you, they still might have people following them that could be interested in your content and might start following you. So that's just my little aside to say you don't need to feel like you have to find people to do this with that have way more followers than you. You can collaborate with people that are at the same level as you and still stand to gain a lot of people into your audience. So how do you want to go about doing this? I would recommend reaching out to somebody in your niche who has some kind of expertise in a certain area and asking if you could interview them. People love to be asked to be interviewed because it's flattering. It makes you feel like, oh, maybe I know something about something that people would want to hear. And you can frame it as, I want to ask you questions about your area of expertise that I think my audience could really benefit from. So you're asking for them to come in, share their knowledge with your people, and your followers are going to enjoy that content. But the thing about Instagram Lives, that sort of the little growth hack here, is that if you do a co-hosted live with another Instagram profile, both of your audiences are going to get a notification from Instagram showing that you're live, which means essentially you get to have your username and your face in front of all of their followers, which means they would potentially follow you if they like the content that you're serving and your personality throughout the live stream. Especially lately, because we've all been stuck inside, Instagram Lives have become really popular because we're all a little bit more available to watch them throughout the day. So now is the perfect time to start co-hosting Instagram Lives with different people in your niche and interviewing them about their different areas of expertise. It's awesome because not only are you building a connection and a friendship, but you're also going to learn something from it because the person is going to be sharing some good advice that your audience would benefit from, and so therefore you would probably also benefit from learning it. And then of course you're also getting your Instagram profile exposed to a whole new audience. All right, here's another hack for those of you under the 10K mark on Instagram. One of the most frustrating things when you are trying to direct your audience to one of your paid offers or even one of your freebies when you're under 10K is that obviously you don't have the swipe up feature. So you have to try to get creative in order to get people to the link that you want to send them to. Because let's be honest, most people are not navigating to your profile and clicking the link in your bio. Most of the time, if somebody clicks the link in your bio, it's probably because they were a potential new follower that came across your profile in some other way. It's likely not because they're one of your followers who was watching your story and you said link in bio, just because, you know, people are lazy. We don't go and click on links in bios. Be honest with yourself. How many times have you done that? I haven't done it very many times. So we need to come up with something a little bit easier for our audience. So here's what you're gonna do instead. In your Instagram story, you're going to say, if you react to this Instagram story with the clapping hands emoji or whichever one you wanna pick, then I will send you the link to my podcast, blog post, YouTube video, paid course, whatever it is that you're trying to get people to go to. Tell them that if they simply just react to the Instagram story with this certain engagement, the clapping hands emoji or replying saying me or whatever, then you will respond and send them the link. And then of course, you just need to make sure that you're attentive and then replying to their reaction to your story with the link pretty soon after, just so people don't have to wait a very long time. But I want to tell you why this hack is so ingenious. It gives you the chance to essentially direct market to your followers, and they asked for it. They wanted to get that information. They reached out to you. Essentially, they consented to your advertising. So now you can respond to them and send them the link. And this works so effectively because people are more likely to click on a link that they were personally sent via DM than they are to even swipe up. So even if you are over 10K followers and you can do the swipe up thing, if you really, really want to get people to go to whatever link you want to send them to, I would encourage you to try this method because you might actually see better results. Yes, it's very labor intensive. You do have to individually reply to everybody and send them the link. But if you're really trying to get engaged people to that link, people are going to feel a lot more interested in going to watch that new video if you personally sent them the link to it. In addition to that sense of sort of social obligation or just personal connection, it also gives you a chance to reach out to someone and DM somebody new. I really think DMs are a super powerful way to connect with your audience. And this could be somebody that's never DM'd with you before, and now you're starting a new thread that gives you the potential to reach back out later and say, hey, what did you think of that podcast? Or did you have any questions about the content of that YouTube video? And continue the conversation. So it has both benefits of getting people to the link that you want to send them to, and also building that relationship with your followers. All right, so I'm gonna be real with you for a second and let you know that my third tip today is probably the most effective one, so you are definitely going to want to stick around. But first, a quick 45-second message from today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. Whether you want to learn more about social media marketing, filmmaking, photography, or video editing, there is a course for you on Skillshare. Currently, I'm taking this class on Skillshare that's all about storytelling for leaders, which I am super excited about because I really want to start getting more creative with my YouTube videos and telling more exciting and engaging stories. Unlike pricey in-person workshops, Skillshare offers a super affordable way to learn new skills online from the comfort of your own home. The first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get 2 months totally free of a Skillshare premium membership. And after that, it's super affordable with the annual membership coming in at around $10 a month. Join Skillshare today and start pursuing all of those creative passions and then sharing about them on Instagram. Finally, and this is going to be a big mindset shift for some of you, I think, one advantage that you have as a small account over accounts with thousands of followers is time. You don't have a zillion people messaging you and commenting on your photos every day that you feel obligated to respond to. So you have the opportunity to go out there and fill in the gaps where those bigger influencers can't because they just don't have the time or the bandwidth to do so. So what I'm gonna suggest is, and this is maybe gonna be easy for some of you because maybe you're already doing this, go out and become a mega fan of one of the industry leaders in your niche. Get to know their content, their offerings, what they do to serve their people, and then go into their comments and find ways that you can also serve their audience when they don't have the time to. So what does this mean in a practical sense? So you have somebody in your niche that has like 1 million followers. Of course, they try their best to respond to a lot of comments, but there's gonna be some that they can't get to. So I would suggest going through the comments on their latest photo and looking for people who have asked them a question that you know the answer to, whether it's about something you're an expert in or something that you kind of know about the person. So if it's a question of like what kind of like tools or software that industry leader uses, maybe you know that answer because you've really followed a lot of their content, you can respond with the answer. Or if it's a larger question about something that you are an expert in, you can also respond to that. This gives you the chance to go and serve the people who are in your ideal audience before they even become officially a part of your audience. If you give really helpful and insightful responses, people are gonna appreciate that and they might just end up on your profile following your content as well. Really what this is all about is just becoming an active member in somebody else's community, replying to the comments that they cannot get to, and being a helpful person. You really want to be careful not to become too spammy. Like, I wouldn't go around just mass DMing a lot of people like the same message that just happened to be in that audience. You want to make sure that if you are taking the time out of somebody's day and sending them a notification, that that information you're giving them is going to be really relevant and helpful to them, because that is the way to actually get somebody from viewing your username in a notification to following you. If their first impression of you is that they're kind of annoyed because you've reached out to them in a really random way, they're likely not going to become one of your followers. But if their first impression of you is that you're super helpful and super kind and that you went out of your way to help them out with something, then they might just become a part of your audience. And the best part of this is it's really, really efficient, because essentially the industry leader in your niche who you're going to be, kind of siphoning off of, they've already done the work to create the ideal audience that you probably want. So you can go and serve their people and then also get them to be a part of your audience. And I know that might sound kind of like sketchy or skeezy or whatever, but the thing about Instagram is you can follow multiple people. So if somebody's already following that industry leader that you're gonna use that content from, they also can follow you and still be a big fan of that industry leader. So it's not like you're stealing that sheep away from their flock, because people can be a fan of multiple people on Instagram. It's fine. There's like enough attention to go around. So you're basically just helping out the people in that audience who probably aren't going to get the response they need from that industry leader because they don't have the time. They got too many followers, but you don't have too many followers, so you do have the time to go and help them and respond to their questions. As with all of my suggestions, yes, this takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of manual labor. It takes a lot of effort to reach out to people on an individual basis, but I can tell you that if you put in this work, it will work for you. And that's just the truth with Instagram growth, especially when you're getting started. It just takes time and effort, but you can make it happen. You just got to put in the work. So if there's something that I'm pretty confident that I know about you, it's that you like Instagram growth tips. So that means you're going to love this playlist. Seriously, go click on it. I'm not even going to tell you to subscribe, because this is the information you want to know. So just press play, sit back, and get out your notebook, because I'm going to share some serious value with you. So go ahead. What are you doing? Click on it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you over in this playlist. Okay, bye.